What's going on, guys? We came over to my parents' house today to work on my brother's 2021 Camaro. He bought this Camaro totally decked out. It has everything. It's the Redline Edition, the automatic dampeners for the exhaust, but he decided it was not loud enough. So today, I'll just give you a little shot of it. He's got him some Kooks 3-inch axle back exhaust that he's going to put on here. It's a little bit of a process. He's got to sawzall the old one off, and then we got to clamp this one on. So we've got to do a bunch of measuring because we don't want to screw this up, and we want to make it to where if he hates this, we can get the other one put back on and it looks correct. So give us a minute. We're going to get under here and we're going to start measuring so that we can make proper cuts and not screw anything out under here.
Tool bag next to that.
So what we're doing, here's his exhaust tips coming out of the original muffler. Per the Kooks instructions, we've got to go 9 inches from the muffler. So we're going to measure this several times, put clamps on it. We're going to put one of the sides together, bring it up under here, kind of eyeball it, make sure it's about where we measured, but we want our measurements to be perfect. It's looking like it's going to be somewhere around where this looks like a sticker was, but we're going to measure and double check and get everything set up properly. All right, so we have removed the electronic dampener motor on this side simply because it's easier to remove it on this side. On the other side, however, we just unplugged it and it's going to come out when we remove it. The next thing we're doing, it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can get a good angle up in here. If you can see, we're going to remove these hangers. It's easier to do the bolts than it is to actually slip this out once we cut it. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the actual hangers themselves, and once we get the full muffler out, we'll remove those, put them on the new exhaust and all that kind of stuff. All right, so we've marked, we've put the hose clamp here, and right now we're doing a slight little indentation in the pipe with one of the blades so that when we start sawing, it'll grab in that groove and not kind of slide everywhere. Also, when you're doing this, we left one of the hangers still connected so that when we cut this, it doesn't fall on you. This one is disconnected. This one is connected where we're cutting first. All right, so the muffler's out. Pretty good, even cuts. We've got to get this motor off and put it back on before we crank up the car so it doesn't throw a code. But I'm going to give you a little look underneath. A whole lot more room back here now, for sure. We ended up, I did want to show you, we ended up not removing this bracket right here just because it was actually very easy to slide this out. We didn't think we'd have enough room with this metal plate here, but you do if you back it up to where the hanger touches and then tilt the muffler down. It'll come right out. But like I said, we didn't think we'd have enough room, but we actually did, so we just left these where they were. So you don't have to remove these. So on this car, with the dampeners, we needed a spot that we can put these away since the new Kooks exhaust doesn't have it. So what we did is we went ahead and we just tapped little holes in the heat shield, used the stock mounting brackets, and mounted on the back side of the heat shield. We did this one on this side, and we did this one on this side. Everything's hooked up so it doesn't throw a code, but it's just screwed in nice and tight. It holds, it doesn't move at all. You can move the heat shield more than you can the actual dampener, but that's out of the way. Now it's time for us to start fitting everything up, making it look clean, and then we'll be cinching everything down. All right, so final product. We got everything cinched up, clamped all the way out. We made sure it was all level. You kind of want a spotter to stay outside and make sure when you're putting this in the hanger, because it can rotate. It's not going to go side to side like some do because it's a hanger exhaust. So it is going to tilt. So you want somebody to eyeball it for you to make sure it's level and it looks proper before you cinch this up, or else you're just going to keep redoing it. But what I wanted to say was, when you're sliding these in, you want to make sure that it's flush. There's slits in here that help expand the pipe so it cinches down tight. You want to make sure when you push this pipe all the way in, you can't see any black on that slit. You're just seeing the other pipe. That means the pipe is all the way in there, set up properly. So cinch these down, the pipes don't move, they're all steady. We got both sides hidden as best as we can just because of where they're hitting. It's kind of a really tight area, so you want to put these clamps on where you can get to them the easiest. But all in all, it turned out really well. Everything's hidden, it's all level, and we are about to crank it up for the first time and see what it sounds like. So give me half a second. So we got everything cleaned up, we put all the tools away, and we just got back from taking it for a little cruise. We wanted to hear what it sounded like on the highway. It's awesome. It is super loud in that car under like 60 miles an hour. But once you get over to 60, it's just cruising and it sounds fantastic. It's not too drony or anything like that. Low RPMs, or not low RPMs, but low speeds. When the RPMs stay a little bit higher, I mean, I'm telling you, it's rowdy. Neighbors, it's not too friendly for a neighborhood. But it looks great. It's awesome. Didn't take that long to put in. A couple little tools. We used an impact to help get the clamps tighter. You could, of course, use a ratchet, but it's easier with an impact. But you get a sawzall. Cut them off, make sure you measure properly. That's the big thing. You always want to measure twice, cut once. Because if you cut that wrong, you're going to mess up the whole process. But I'll give you one more look at it. It is fantastic. They look so much better than the stock ones did. I just thoroughly impressed. He got a great deal on these, and we just had to put them on. I mean, they look so good. He's since they are used, they've got a little bit of junk in them. He's going to take a hone and he's gonna hone these out, make them really shine, look really good. He doesn't drive this car much. This is kind of like a weekend cruiser going out. So he's gonna get it real spiffy looking, clean it up, and it's gonna be a great little car for him. But other than that, thank y'all for watching. Glad you stopped by. Make sure you like, subscribe, and stay in touch. I mean, we got several videos gonna be coming out over time. I just gotta find time to do them, so I appreciate y'all watching.